Greetings for the day, friends. My name is Anand Bhatnagar, and I'm connecting with you one more time to share some of my thoughts. Today, I thought of sharing with you some points on a topic which is pretty close to my heart. How can I be the best version of myself? How can I be the best that God created me to be? Not try to be the best, but try to be my best. That's the topic on which I thought let me share some of my points. So if you're writing notes, get started. The first point that is going to help us become the best versions of ourselves is let us celebrate small wins. Just to explain this slightly better, let's go back to our school days, to our college days, to our university days when we were growing up. And we would have played sports, we would have done some activities. I played a few sports, and if you played cricket, and if you hit a nice straight drive or hit a nice elegant cover drive, took a wicket of a bowler bowling that beautiful outswinger, what did we do? We said yes. If you played soccer and if you bend the ball like a banana, hit that bend it like a Beckham kick, you said yes. Didn't we? Yeah. As we grow up, I think so, we forget those moments where we celebrate small wins. It becomes innocuous to us. We think, okay, what's there to celebrate in this? But let me tell you that those small wins and those celebration of those small wins are critical. Today, maybe inadvertently, we are waiting for the championship to get over, waiting for that championship point and hit that ace down the middle and get that trophy in your hand. Yes, we will get the trophy, you will get the accolades, no doubt about it. But in that process, I think so, we need to get back where we were and celebrate those small wins. Not just celebrating small wins individually, but as a team, as an organization, let us celebrate small wins, because all small wins put together, the accumulation of those small wins is going to give us one big victory. And I think so that's a good mind space to be in. It's a good mindset to have, that we celebrate small wins. What does celebrating small wins do? I think so it enthuses us. It gives us enthusiasm. It gives us that vitality, that zeal, that zest, which is so very vital. It gives us the energy. And I believe with energy and enthusiasm, you can scale any mountain. Yeah? So celebrate small wins. Let us move away from criticizing to celebrating. That's a good culture which is going to help us and our teams in times such as these. Celebrate small wins, putting tapping someone on the back and saying, hey buddy, that's a good job done. And what should we do? We should celebrate the behavior, right? Whenever we praise, you always praise the behavior, not the person, right? So let's celebrate small wins and move away from criticizing and get into a mindset of celebrating. That's point number one. Point number two, in the process of us becoming the best versions of ourselves, is let us think positive. Let us act positively. Very important. Positive anything is better than negative nothing. Would you agree with that? I'm sure you agree with that. Easier said than done. I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. And it all depends upon the association that we have. If we are reading books that are motivating, it will rub onto us. I believe, like bathing, we need motivation on a daily basis. We all take bath on a daily basis. Similarly, I believe getting that mindset where you feel good about yourself, that is something that we need. That dose of motivation, that capsule of positivity is something that I feel we need it on a daily basis. So let us think positively and let us follow that up with acting positively. Just thinking is not going to do anything. A great idea is nothing. It just captures a small piece in your mind. It needs to get converted into actions, and the more we act, the more energy we are going to get. Right. So in times such as these, let us stay positive. And for us to stay positive, we need to create that environment around us. More importantly, create a mental environment, and the books that we read, the people that we associate with, the talks that we talk, the talks that we listen and hear, all that goes a long way in thinking and acting positively. Point number two, in our effort, in our endeavor to become a better version, the best version of ourselves, is think positively and act positively. Point number three in this journey to become the best version of ourselves, something that will propel us on an onward and upward journey, is believe in yourself. I'll say it again, believe in yourself. Today we have heard this and today it has become like a cliche. But I need to believe in myself, because if I don't believe in myself, no one else is going to believe in myself. And how do I believe in myself? Right? How do I get that faith? I believe we will get that faith, we'll have that self-belief when we do more of things that we are created to be. When we are leveraging our strengths, when we are working on our talents, improving each day, listening to feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of champions. Believe in yourself, right? Very important, because that's the best that you can be. Because if you don't believe in yourself, and if you are kind of 50-50, you will not get it. You have to be hitting a full-blooded shot. You can't be caught in no man's land, as they say. You need to believe in yourself. How do we reach there? I think so. The bedrock of that statement is built on things like preparation, things like training, things like working very, very hard and improving upon yourself. Being better than what you were in the past. Beat yesterday are two words that come to my mind as I think about this. Right? So what are we practicing? I'm sure you would have seen that advertisement of Horlicks. What is that ad that says? What is the ad of Horlicks say? It says, Tayyari Jeet Ki. Was it Horlicks or was it Bonvita? I think so, it was Bonvita. Yeah? Either way, so I think so I got that wrong. It is Bonvita. Bonvita says, Tayyari Jeet Ki. Right? So the question is, what am I preparing? Right? And am I living a legacy, or am I waiting to leave a legacy? L-I-V-E or L-E-A-V-E. The choice is ours. My suggestion to everyone under the sound of my voice is that we should live L-I-V-E, a legacy. Then we will be able to leave L-E-A-V-E, a legacy. Point number three, believe in yourself. Point number four, something which, if I were to put this into a pecking order, this would be top of the tree as far as I am concerned. It is expressing gratitude, saying thank you. Right? When you get up in the morning, say these three words to yourself. Say that I am happy, I am blessed, and I love living life. And aren't we blessed? Friends, if you look around in this world, what God has given us, it's a dream for millions of people in this world. Millions of people are willing to give up anything in life to get a fraction of what we have. But somehow we have lost that heart of gratitude. And I believe the attitude of gratitude is the best attitude, right? Saying thank you, right, to your parents, to your grandparents. And remember, each one of us are a result of the prayers, the unceasing prayers of our grandparents and our parents. It's not just what you have done. I believe I am what I am because of the prayers that my parents pray for me. Their prayers is the wind behind my back. It helps me on an onward and upward journey. The support that I get from my wife, her name is Smruti, that makes me do what I do. She is the rock of our family. She makes our house a home. the love and the ineffable smile on the face of my daughter, her name is Natasha, makes it possible. So do we say thank you to our family? Do we say thank you to our teachers? Have you picked up the phone and called a school teacher or college teacher saying that, thank you madam, thank you sir? And it does not cost us anything. A heart of gratitude. Think of the millions of people who are praying for us. And I personally believe God's grace is what is sufficient for me. I don't deserve anything that I have. I absolutely don't deserve even an iota of what I have. It's sheer God's grace. And I need to say thank you. I need to bow down my head, be on my knees and say thank you. Thank you to Almighty. Thank you to the God who created this universe. Let us say thank you to our parents. Let us say thank you to our grandparents, to our elders, to everyone who coached us, everyone who scolded us as well. Because remember, feedback is the breakfast of champions. When we are shown the blind spot, let us say thank you, because we never knew what we could become, but someone trusted us. Let us have a heart of gratitude. Let us be grateful for small things. In these times, say thank you to the housekeeping staff. Let us say thank you to the staff that comes and cleans. Let us say thank you to the people who are working for us in the medical department, the doctors, the nurses, the paramedical staff. Let us say thank you and pray for our police people, for our military. Let us say thank you to our politicians, to our leaders. Right? It is easy to criticize. You don't need any talent to criticize, my friends, but it needs a heart to appreciate. And I, for one, would want to become an appreciator of people rather than being a criticizer of people. Easier said than done. Sometimes I'm able to do it. Most time I'm not able to do it. But consciously, you make an effort to appreciate people. Say thank you to them. Have a heart of gratitude. Be grateful because it's God's grace, right? And be blessed. Feel blessed. And when you feel blessed, most of the negativity will go away. Most of the comparisons that we do will go away. We'll move away from the 3 C's that are plaguing us: criticizing, condemning, and complaining. Right? So point number 4 was, let us have a heart of gratitude. Right? And next point, I think so that's very, very important. I spoke about this in the previous video as well, that commit yourself to reading and commit yourself to read more than what you read the previous day. It is extremely important because we are living in a knowledge economy. The 4th industrial revolution has dawned on us. And are we prepared for this? Are we prepared for the challenges that lie ahead? And we have no idea about those challenges. We are living in a VUCA world. We are living in a world which is volatile, which is uncertain, which is complex, and which is ambiguous. Things are changing like never before. Change itself has changed. Disruption is a passing. And things are getting faster. Technology is making things more rapid, right? Are we up to the mark? Are we up to speed as far as skills are concerned, as far as competencies are concerned, as far as knowledge is concerned? Are we reading? And the times ahead, we all know. And if you were to just Google the World Economic Forum, just Google World Economic Forum and the top skills in today's time. Right? And I'm sure you agree with me that the old knowledge is replaced by new knowledge. And the speed at which the old knowledge is being replaced is unprecedented. It had never happened in the history. So are we ready for times which are changing? So 2 thoughts to leave you on this point. Point number one, change brings growth. Yeah. Point number two, growth brings change. I'll repeat. If you're writing, please make a note of this. First point, change brings growth. That's being proactive. Growth brings change. That was point number two, is being reactive. So where are we? Are we proactive or are we reactive? Are we preparing or are we repairing? Very important, right? So next point in that list, if you're writing, what was that point? The point is, let us come in to read more. And you know the advantage of books, they don't play politics with you. They don't backstab you, right? And I believe books should be your best friends. And read books, invest in books, right? And if you don't like reading books, listen to books. Today you have technology and you have got a lot of apps, and you know more than me on that. Download some apps and listen to books, right? Make notes. Very, very important. Let us go back into our habit of reading. And remember this sentence of mine, in terms of our skills, in terms of our competencies, we should not be an inch deep person and a mile wide person. We should not be what? An inch deep and a mile wide person. We need to be a mile deep and a mile wide person. What does it mean in simpler words? It means I need to have the depth of knowledge and I need to have the width of knowledge. And it's important that we move from the survival stage to the growth stage, from the growth stage to the vitality stage, right? 3 stages is what I recommend, and that can only happen if we are reading. And I'm sure you know this, that the illiterate of the 21st century is not the person who cannot read and write. The illiterate of today's time is a person who cannot learn, unlearn and relearn. We need to skill, unskill and reskill. That is what is growth is life. And what is growth is life? Building on our competencies on a daily basis, building on our capabilities on a daily basis. And when you learn, we learn that we need to learn. The more I learn that I need to learn. And this ain't happening, friends, minus reading, right? So if you are aspiring to be a leader tomorrow, my advice to you is be a reader today. Today's reader will be, yeah, you got that right, tomorrow's leader. Yeah, reader, leader. Yeah, so that is next point. And moving on, to be the best versions of ourselves, let us eat healthy. Yeah? Stay away from junk food. And you know why is junk food junk food? Because it's junk. And what you eat is what you are. Right? I'm sure you know the statement that we are what we eat. Let me add a twist to that. We are not just what we eat, we are what we ate. Right? So it's good, and you know this. Your parents and your grandparents and your elders have been saying this. They have been telling me all our lives that beta, eat fruits which are bright in color. Eat vegetables which are bright in color, green vegetables. And some of you were maybe thinking, Anand, this is all fine, but this is so basic. But trust me, it's all about basics. Remember, long time back, when you were a small kid growing up, what did our parents, our grandparents, our elders say? Beta, haath dho ke khana khao. Khana khane ke baad haath dho. When you are coughing and sneezing, do this. Yeah. Today, we ignored it, and you know what? It has become a collar tune. You call upon your friends, what do you listen? The same thing that was told to us many years back. So it's all about basic. Be strong on basics, right? So success is all about being strong on the fundamentals. Very important, extremely important. Eat healthy, think healthy, very important, right? So if you feel good from inside, you will feel good from on the outside. And if you're not feeling good in the inside, you'll not feel good on the outside. That's the next point. And eat healthy. Moving on in that list is something which all of us need to start doing, and I'm sure some of you during these days of lockdown you would have started doing, and that is exercising. So are you fit? Yeah. And I just paused for a reason, just to help you think about it. Are you fit? And when I talk about fitness, I'm not just talking about what you're thinking. I'm talking about, are we spiritually fit? And remember, I talk about spirituality, I'm not talking about religion. Religion is routine, is ritual, whereas spirituality is about a relationship. So are you spiritually fit? Are you physically fit? In case if you're working, are you professionally fit? Are you intellectually fit? Are we academically fit if you're students? Are you emotionally fit? Someone says something to you, and like a popcorn, you blow up. So are you a popcorn? Have you seen a popcorn? You put a popcorn on a plate and boom. And then some of you would have heard this from me sometime in our sessions, that chemicals react, humans don't react. While it is easier said than done, most of the time we should be in control of our emotions. Very important. And I think so exercising helps. It helps you that, it helps the adrenaline to kind of flow. So are we exercising? Right? And becoming fit, as I said, not just on one area of our life, but on the other facets of life, facets such as the spirituality, being personally fit, professionally fit, physically fit, intellectually fit, fit to serve the community, fit emotionally, fit financially, right? And on that count, maybe I can do a series maybe later, where I can share with you some points on money management. Right? Remember, very important. We are technically fit. We have great domain knowledge. But I think so all of us need to improve on our financial literacy. So exercise is going to help us, right? It keeps you in a good state of mind, and it's important in times such as these that we take care of our health, and eating right and exercising right is important. And just a word of caution: when you are exercising, understand it's not the number of repetitions that you're doing, it is the rhythm, it is the breathing, the right breathing and the right speed is important. The rhythm is important. Don't jerk when you are exercising. Yeah? So that's the next point. And next point on that list is, let us worry less about what others say. दुनिया में सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग, right? And I would urge you to stay away from that ailment. I would rather be concerned about what my parents would think about me, what my grandparents would think about me, and above all, what is my creator going to think about me. That's more of a concern for me, rather than what others are thinking, because that's not the right mindset. So don't worry about what others are thinking. You need to have your value system defined very clearly. Articulate your value systems very very clearly, and stay there. And one of the ways I have lived my life, very simple, on two words: no secrets. Right? There should be no secret between a parent and a child and a parent, a husband and a wife and a husband. Between any two people, we should not have any secrets. याद रखिएगा, जो भी चीज़ आप छुप के करते हो, वो कहीं ना कहीं गलत है. Right? And be careful about these things, because if you are compromising on the most important element of life, which is character, then you'll have to worry about what others say. Right? And everyone under the sound of my voice, let me challenge you to put character before competence. Let me challenge you and make this a goal of your life, that the character will be blemishless, it will be spotless, it has to be impeccable. दामन पे दाग नहीं होता है, चरित्र पे कभी दाग नहीं होना चाहिए. That's the way I have lived my life, and That's the greatest achievement. Whenever someone asks me what have been your achievement, I don't have trophies, I don't have much to show in my life, but if I were to die today, my parents would be extremely proud of me because I've lived a good life. And it is tough. It is tough. So you stand for something. Take a stand. Right? Draw your boundaries. Very important. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for anything, and then you'll have to worry about what others are saying. And then to make up, you will start speaking lies and then get into that downward spiral. And then that's the beginning of the end as far as we are concerned. So, next point, if you're making notes, don't worry about what others are saying. Worry about what your parents are thinking about you. Never cheat your parents. That's an advice that I would want to give. Next point, I think so. This would be point number 9 on that list is work hard. You need to work hard. Remember, success comes before work only in the dictionary, and preparation comes before success only in the dictionary, and even in the dictionary. I'll repeat. Success comes before work only in the dictionary, and preparation comes before success even in the dictionary. Right? So you have to work hard. You have to work very hard, but remember, in a direction, with a clear path. Start with Why is a book by Simon Sinek. I suggest you should read that book. Start with why. Very important, right? So it's just not slogging. It's about working hard in achieving a goal. So how do you plan? You always start with the end in mind. You set your milestones and you do first thing first. That's how we do it, right? And I think so. We need to think about it. Work hard. Have a goal, right? And achieve. Meant of goal is all about discipline. Decisions help us start. It is discipline that will help us finish. Everyone, there are about 7.5 billion people plus minus something in this world. All of them, without an exception, want to win in life. But only a few, a minuscule percentage of the 7.5 billion people are willing to work hard. You need to work hard. Very important, right? And yes, you work hard and you work smart. So it's a combination of both. I just can't be working hard, slogging, and not be doing smart work. And I just can't bank upon smart work and not do the hard work. So you need to, work hard, right? And remember, not to confuse activities with accomplishments. Not to confuse motion with progress. And a question as I move to the last point is, are you busy? Yes. But the glaring question is, doing what? So think about this point. It is important that we are productive, not just busy. Right? And in that, if I may advise you, you all, and you know this, but just a reiteration of what you already know is that have a to-do list. And you always schedule your priorities or schedule your priorities, not prioritize your schedules. Right? So understand that when you have your to-do list, we always schedule our priorities. Also have a not to-do list. Remember, the important thing is to invest time, not to spend it. The main thing is to keep the main thing. I'm sure you know this. But the question is, do I know what is my main thing? What am I aspiring to achieve? And as our chairman says, I just love that statement. Doing more of the same will not help us achieve our aspiration. And I'm sure you would have read that book, What Got Us Here Won't Take Us There. And if you have not read that book, I encourage you to read it, buy it or download it, whatever it is, and read it. Yeah? So remember, it is important to work hard. There is no substitute to hard work. And if I may advise you, my friends, never take shortcuts. right? Never take shortcuts in your life, because that is not the way excellence is achieved. That is not the way to be the best versions of ourselves, right? And right, so if you are there with me, I hope you are agreeing on these points. Working hard is very, very important. And the last point is something which I want to start by asking you a question. The question here: when was the last time you did something for the first time? Doing the same thing again and again, day in, day out. The days become weeks, the weeks become months, the months become quarters, the quarter becomes years, the years follow, the years follow. That's not being the best version of yourself. The wealthiest place on this planet Earth, my friends, is the graveyard. I'll repeat what I said. The wealthiest place on God's earth is the graveyard. So much of talent lying dead. Songs that could have been sung were never sung. Songs that could have been written were never written. Things that could have been accomplished were never accomplished. In fact, they did not even start. Most of us quit before we start. So what is that you are holding yourself with? Don't hold yourself. Just go and express yourself. Very important. Yeah. Do things in a different manner. Try something new. You will fail. That's okay. But what is failure? FAIL. FAIL. First attempt in learning. And if you are not failing, guess what? We are not learning. Agree? Right? So 3 points, and if you're making notes, make a note here. Fail fast, fail early, and fail forward. You may want to read a book, Fail Forward, by Dr. John C. Maxwell. I'm picking up some statements from that book as I'm sharing with you. Do something new, right? And that is how innovation happens. And innovation-led growth is the way forward. Right? We need to innovate. We need to be different. And I know it's difficult to be different. Right? So I think so. These are some of the points which, in my opinion, there could be many more. Feel free to add. Feel free to connect and say that, Anand, add these few points. I'll be grateful to you for helping me better the knowledge and the understanding that I have. 10 points that we saw in being the best version of ourselves. Which were those 10 points? Just to recap, we started with point number 1, that was celebrating small wins. Yep. Point number 2, think positively and act positively. And I laid emphasis on the second part, the acting part. The thinking is something that most of us do. But let's take the next step. Let's act on it. Point number 3 we saw was believe in yourself. Point number 4 is express more gratitude. Be grateful. Say thank you. Right? Thank you to the Creator. Very important. When you get up in the morning, the first thing that you do before you step out of your bed is say thank you. Because remember, it's not the alarm clock that wakes you up, it's God's grace that wakes us up. And so, express more gratitude was point number 4. Point number 5 was commit yourself to reading more. Very important. Today's reader is tomorrow's leader. I said that, right? Point number 5, or point number 6 rather, was eat healthy. Right? Very important that you eat the right stuff and eat it at the right pace. Right? If you want a tip on your health, is something that might help you, think about this statement: eat half as much in twice as much time. Think about it. It is something that might help you. Point number 7 was exercise, and I emphasized upon being a holistic person, not just in one area, but all facets of life, being spiritually fit, physically fit, professionally fit, intellectually fit, fit to serve the community, emotionally fit, financially fit, you may add academic fit, you may add educationally fit, right? So exercise is extremely important. The next point was worry less what others are thinking about you, because they have no other job. People who say no to you, no, you can't do it, trust me, they have not done anything in their life. If you ask a school dropout whether I should study in school or not, what will happen? You'll have two school dropouts. Yeah? And the second last point was work hard, and the last point is let us do something new, right? Let us not do the same thing. Understanding that doing more of the same is not going to help us achieve our aspiration. So as I close, I would thank you for your time, for your attention. I hope I was able to reach out to you. I hope the points that I said would make some sense to you. The notes that you have written, think about it, spend some time pondering about it, pen down your thoughts. It is only going to help us. So as I sign off, let me urge you that in times such as these, let us praise and not panic. In times such as these, let us exercise faith and not express emotions of fear. Let us worship and not worry. Let us be warriors and not warriors, right? And I believe God is in control, and this too shall pass, right? So on that count, here is Anand Bhatnagar saying thank you to you one more time. And my favorite tagline is what I leave you with: start unknown, finish unforgettable. Till such time that we meet again, take very good care of yourself, and God bless you. Thank you.